This is the pilot episode of The Final Whistle with Craig Atkins, and I'll be taking a look at Hamilton County sports as well as basically central Indiana sports, Indiana collegiately, as well as the Colts, and I'm going to mix in the Bears because I grew up a Bears fan as well as I'm a Colts fan. So just taking a dive into high school, college, and a little bit of the professional ranks with the Colts, Bears, and possibly I might mix in the Pacers, kind of getting back into them a little bit. And first, we'll start off with the Westfield last night results from last night and all the Hamilton County teams. Westfield, a low-scoring game at home against Carmel in girls basketball. Westfield defeated Carmel 35-32. Really close game. And big game out of Michaela Hatcher. She had 12, and Natalie Waylon Edwards had 13 for Carmel to lead the way for them. And Westfield's now won 4 out of 5 and 7 of their last 8, and that included they've got a 4-game winning streak at Franklin Central. They've during that as well 59-57 in overtime. They also trounced Brebeuf 59-18 on the road, and then 2 straight home wins over Bloomington North 60-26, and then last night's Carmel win 35-32. Next up, Westfield will be on the road at Zionsville this Friday, December 12th. And Carmel, their next game will be Saturday afternoon. They will host Fort Wayne Snyder, and that'll be an afternoon game for the Greyhounds at the Eric Clark Activity Center. And a team that is making a lot of noise, and you're going to see, because they start 4 freshmen, as Aaron Trimpe's Hamilton Heights squad. They defeated on this past Saturday. They came back to defeat Connorsville 50-47 at home. Another outstanding game by Riley Suarez. She had 18 points, 17 out of Bailey Isley, and Cameron Rotan 12. Rotan and Suarez both had 9 rebounds apiece, and then another big one last night as they hit the road last night, moved their record to 7-2 overall with a big win at the Berry Bowl at Logansport over the Berries. 58-11. They had a 36-5 lead at halftime, and Suarez wound up again as leading scorer. She had 18, and Addison Blum had 14 to pace the Huskies. Coach Trimpe and company, they'll be on the road at West Lafayette in Hoosier Conference Big School Division action Saturday afternoon as well. So lots of good things coming from the freshmen that Hamilton Heights has, so be on the lookout for them. They are, already 9 games in. They look to be, turning. They're already turning heads, and they'll look to be turning more heads as we get toward tournament time. And Hamilton Southeastern, they got a couple wins. Girls basketball, they got a couple wins over the weekend down at a tournament in Evansville. They defeated Evansville Central 66-47. They got 20 points from Kayla Stidham, and she was one of 4 Royals in double digits that game. That was on Friday. On Saturday, they beat Greensburg 47-40. Greensburg usually a pretty tough opponent, the Pirates are. And Florida commit Kennedy Holman, 21 points in that game against Greensburg. And they took their their second loss of the season. Lost last night to Pendleton Heights, 49-44. Pendleton Heights was a good team last year. Took a sectional championship and lost a tough one in the regional to Lawrence North. Against Pendleton Heights, Kayla Stidham, another 20-point game. She had 4 3-pointers, and Antoinette Green had 10 points. The Royals 8-2 now. They will host Avon on Friday night. And elsewhere in the county, it's the rest of tomorrow night. There are 4 games on the slate. Fishers will visit Noblesville at the Mill in HCC action, and the Rossville Hornets will head to Sheridan, and then University will head to Bishop Chatard also tomorrow night. And finishing out tomorrow night's 4-game slate for the county teams is going to be Guerin Catholic with a big one at Cathedral. And then on Saturday afternoon, Guerin will come back to the Nest and they will play the Peru Tigers. And that'll be afternoon game as well. Shifting gears to the college side of things, and I realize that I may not be covering some teams that some of you out there that do have interest in, but my team is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They are 7-3, coming off a big game last Friday night in Fort Worth, defeated TCU in overtime, 87-85, and that was a game that Marcus Burton went down with an injury. He's got an ankle injury, so those tend to take a little bit of time to come back from. They will be at home tonight against the Idaho Vandals. Idaho 6-3 on the season. It'll be a 7 o'clock game on the ACC Extra. Jalen Harrelson, former Fishers standout before he transferred to La Lumiere. He leads. Marcus Burton has 18.5 a game, but being out. Jalen Harrelson is the next up at 13.9 a game. Micah Shrewsbury, 10.5. Carson Tout, 10.9 rebounds a game, one of the best rebounders in the country. And last night, the Ball State men's basketball team took a loss at home, edged out by South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, 68-64. And Joey Hart, the Linton Stockton, former Indiana All-Star, he led the way for Ball State with 18 points. The Butler men off to a great start. They will open up Big East play that'll be on Saturday. They'll open against Providence at Hinkle Fieldhouse. It's going to be a 2 o'clock start, and that'll be on TNT, a national broadcast. So big one for the Big East opener for Thad Matta and the Butler Bulldogs. And the Purdue Boilermakers, they dropped to number 2 in the rankings this week after that loss, a big loss on Saturday to the Iowa State Cyclones at Mackey. And they will host Minnesota at 7 o'clock tonight on the Big Ten Network. Fletcher Lawyer at 14.4 a game. Trey Coffin-Wren, 10.7. The Silver Creek, former Indiana All-Star, at 10.7 rebounds. Braden Smith, 8.8 assists a game. The former Mr. Basketball out of Westfield. And the biggest news, obviously, out there, professional sports-wise, is the Indianapolis Colts. Lost 4 of 5. And during last week's game in Jacksonville, Daniel Jones goes down. Fibula injury, actually turns out to be an Achilles. He is out for the rest of the season. That pushed Riley Leonard, former Notre Dame quarterback, into the lineup. He did decently well down in Jacksonville, but they honestly couldn't get it done offensively and couldn't get stops defensively, dropping that game 36-19 to the Jags, where they have not won since 2014. So they did the unthinkable. They called Phillip Rivers. Not sure if he called them. They called him. He, on Monday, had a tryout at West 56th Street at the Colts complex, signed a practice squad contract, and so he will be in uniform as the Colts head to Seattle this Sunday for another big test. Every game's a big test from here on out. But the Colts will they'll ride with Phillip Rivers. He's 44, has not played since 2020 during that COVID season, and the Colts dying for a win. Their last one was November 9th. It was against the Falcons in Germany, 31-25 in overtime. So looking for a big win, and they'll need it in the biggest possible way. Got to get the running game going with Jonathan Taylor, and we'll see what happens with that. And as far as the Bears go, they'll be at home this week against the Browns. It's the biggest thing is Caleb Williams needs to get consistent passing. They also need to get consistent with the running game, and that's been kind of wishy-washy. Not sure who's going to be in the backfield, if DeAndre Swift will be in the backfield, or who's going to be running the ball. And defensively, the Bears have to get more consistent, and they need to put more points on the board, because hosting the Browns this week, it's not a given that they're going to come into Chicago and the Bears are just going to waltz right over them. It's going to be a big game, and hopefully the Bears can keep going and get that 10th win of the season. And Colts hopefully can get on the road, go on the road and get a big upset and get their 9th win of the year. Keep in the race with the Texans and Jags in the AFC South. And so this is the initial podcast here for the Final Whistle with Craig Atkins. And I'm glad you've watched. Hopefully you like what you're seeing, and things will get better. This is just the first episode. Just trying to get any sort of kink out and get organized. And if you or anyone you know, or any business you know, would like to get on board to be a sponsor of the podcast, let me know, and send me a direct message, and we can get that worked out. And thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.